I bought the world's 3 best impact drivers. The DeWalt 20V XR brushless, which came with one 5Ah battery and one charger for the price of $199. The Makita 18V LXT brushless, which came with two 5Ah batteries and one charger for $319. And the Milwaukee brushless M18 Fuel, which came with two 5Ah batteries and one charger for the price of $299. Let's see how the DeWalt Dynasty stacks up against the driven to outperform Milwaukee and the proud Makita Colt.
Guys, the batteries are all charged. Everything's so brand new, they've never been used. We're gonna put these lags in for our first test. That's a solid lag. Now let's see which one is the fastest. Go!
I decided to give each drill 2 rounds, and whichever one was faster is the time we would clock it at.
Go!
That makes the fastest time for the Makita 19.31 seconds. Now let's test the DeWalt.
Go!
20.31 seconds. Let's give it a second go.
Go!
So the DeWalt's fastest time is 20.31 seconds. Next, let's test the Milwaukee.
Can the Milwaukee beat the Makita and the DeWalt? Go!
.68 seconds. Let's give it a second go.
Go!
I could hardly believe the Milwaukee did 12.56 seconds, so I had to try it a third time.
Go! That's crazy! This Milwaukee is getting faster and faster. That's insane!
The clear winner of this is the Milwaukee, coming in at just 8.82 seconds. A very impressive time, a little over twice as fast as the Makita or the DeWalt. The next is the Makita, coming in at 19.31 seconds. And last is the DeWalt, coming in exactly 1 second slower than the Makita at 20.31 seconds. Now for this next test, I wanted to see which battery and drill could put in the most bolts on one charge. This would be a good test to see how much these drills can handle. I wouldn't recommend putting this big of bolts in with your brand new drill, as it could easily ruin it. I charged all the batteries up 100%. Let's get started with the Makita.
So it did 13, almost 14 before it overheated. But there's still 2 bars in the battery. It's super hot. The Makita has cooled down quite a bit. We're gonna see how far it can go before the battery dies. There's 2 bars. I'm not sure if it overheated or if the battery's completely dead. I know it's pretty hot, but I really want to see just how much this battery will go. I'm gonna let the drill cool off a little bit more and see how many we can get out of this battery. It might do it a little bit more. Now let's see if the DeWalt will do better. I'm gonna turn the wood and scoot it down a little bit. Alright guys, this thing is so blasted hot. The rubber is melting. Okay, the Makita wouldn't let me keep going when it was this hot. That literally burnt my finger, okay? The rubber is so hot that there's oil right here coming out of it. But I'm gonna keep going until it does say there's just 1 bar. We're gonna milk it dry. The battery is pretty well dead. I think it's safe to say it did 19 without stopping, really. I'm gonna make sure it's milk dry and just try putting in 1 more. Alright, I think it's dead. The grease is all coming out of I've used these DeWalt drills a lot, and I've never had them do this because I'm putting in such big bolts. But I'm really impressed with the 5 amp hour battery. That's a good battery. It did it non-stop, so pretty impressive overall. Not pretty impressive with the heat though. You basically ruined it, you know. Maybe it'll work. And for regular screws, this should work. I have one that I put in 30 or 40 decks with, so it's still doing just fine. Brand new battery on the Milwaukee. Let's see if it does better than the DeWalt. So apparently Milwaukee doesn't want their drill to drip out all its oil. There's still 3 bars, so I know it can do quite a few. Milwaukee could only do 7 without overheating or its sensor going off. Makita did 13.5 before its sensor went out. This Milwaukee is just playing it safe. It's pretty hot. Just after 7 bolts, then that's kind of dumb. Make it do at least 10. All right, guys. I let the Milwaukee cool off. We're gonna keep going. So just 2 bolts after I let it cool off for 10 minutes. It's already just stopping, like it's overheating again. which is kind of dumb, but we're just gonna keep going until we dry up the battery so we can see how many bolts this battery will put in. Little screws it do just fine. Only has one bar left, so I'm gonna let it cool down and then milk it out the rest of the way in a few minutes. I'm giving it 20 minutes. Forever to cool down. So it's finally dead. Not a bad battery, but kind of sucked long we had to wait.
So the Milwaukee came in first doing 21 bolts, but I was disappointed that it took me 1.5 hours, but I was glad it protected itself from overheating. The DeWalt came in second doing 20 bolts, but almost got burned out. The Makita came last, drilling in 17 bolts. Although the Milwaukee won the bolt count, I'm going to say the Makita wins this challenge with how well the drill handled the heat, putting in 13 bolts before overheating, then waiting 10 minutes and doing 5 more without any damage to the drill. But we could also say the DeWalt won because it never quit, and no one loves a quitter.
Okay, for this next challenge we're going to spin these drills against each other. We have this bolt with a piece of tape on it so we can tell which way it's turning. I screwed the nuts all the way to the end. The Makita against the DeWalt. See which one will spin the other one. Oh, wrong way. Oh, the tire. Okay, they're going opposite ways. Okay. 3, 2, 1. So it looks like the Makita's winning. That's got to be hard on these drills. The DeWalt versus the Milwaukee. It's super hard to tell. I think the Milwaukee's winning on that one. Not the greatest. We have to have it this way. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Okay, for this next challenge I'm going to take these drills and drop them onto this concrete. See if any of them will break. I don't care how they land. When you're working, I mean, who knows how they're going to land. I'll throw them up there, see which ones will break. I think we got about 20 feet up right here. Throw them up over these cords. Okay, so the top one is exactly 16 feet. We're just going to throw them up about 4 feet high. Let's see how they land. If any of them break, they lose. Don't stand on the top of these ladders, not safe. Which one of these guys won't break? Makita first. Okay, that was about 20 feet. I think everything's fine. Wait a second. Battery's clear charged. Huh. I don't know what happened. It doesn't appear to be broken. Apparently it doesn't work anymore. We'll have to give it a few minutes maybe. Let's do the DeWalt. Okay guys, it busted on the back and you see, too bad. Okay, these DeWalts do this really bad. Whenever you drop them on this part, it busts. That's pretty dumb, but let's see. Still works just fine, so hey, gray tape that thing up. Okay, Milwaukee. The Milwaukee seems to be just fine. Wow. What a durable drill. What do you hate about this thing? Man. Maybe I should return this. Shoot. Yeah, it's got full batteries. But after that drop, there's just nobody home. Nowhere's broken. DeWalt. All these 3 drills are brand new, but 2 of them don't work. Everything's good, except it's just like a little bit scratched up right here. I think our Milwaukee is the winner since it passed the drop test, and I think coming in second place is the Makita. And to myself and all the other DeWalt lovers, rest in peace. Okay? Because the DeWalt drill just wasn't as durable. But guys, I'm gonna keep using DeWalt because I still like DeWalt, and with these big batteries, then DeWalt's actually pretty good. I've always been a little bit prejudiced against Milwaukee, and this is actually the first Milwaukee tool I've ever bought. I'm impressed with how fast it put in those lags. It didn't break barely when we threw it over the thing, so that's pretty impressive too. So yeah, the Milwaukee is the winner. All you guys got to do to win this is subscribe and like the video and comment done down below, and I'll choose somebody to send the winner to. And if any of you guys want this broken DeWalt that's brand new, you can have it. Or if you want the trigger, everything's good, but when we dropped it, then there was no power after. So this and 2 batteries and a charger. Just comment below, and sure, I'll send this to somebody because I have no other use for these 2. You have to like the video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you guys later. Bye.